She in. Hey. Ooh, why you do that like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Go on your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back.
All right, Coach, it is a cold night in western Pennsylvania as we bring you inside Heinz Field here in Pittsburgh. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Time to set the old turducken aside and get ready for football as here we go on a Thanksgiving night. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. They begin with a run by Davis. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's second and 3.
Let's see what you got.
It's Davis on the counter, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That second down play nets a -4.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
Go, go, go.
Snap comes at 1, and it's Allen. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
That's pulled in at the 32. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. He'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards the pickup there. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, shoot.
On 1st down, Locke. He finds Corey Davis. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsay. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a 1st and goal. With that last effort, he has reached now 10,000 career rushing yards. Congratulations.
Big-time congratulations. That also means that his publicist can make sure all the information gets to every voter out there who has a say in the Hall of Fame. Fashioning together a heck of a resume.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
You won't see me in your nightmares, son. Let's go. Fight.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Phillip Lindsay, the intended target, but now it's 3rd and goal.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Lock now on 3rd and goal. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick. And a short return to the 6-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
A 1st down carry for Davis. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. On the tackle there, Natrell Jamerson out of Wisconsin.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, Davis. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Mike!
Alert!
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come
This is Davis. And they're going to get him down shy of the 1st at about the 13-yard line. He did well to get him 8 yards, but it's still going to mean a call to the punt team on 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. Fielded just inside the 30. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Let's go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I'd file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now Locke. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Over the middle, complete. That's Miles. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
It's a gain of 25 yards. 1st down, Denver. That's the end of the 1st quarter.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. They'll run the toss. It's Lindsey. Pretty move. Oh, now Lindsey lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. Past the 20. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have them set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line. So the turnover forced and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
2nd and goal at the 1-yard line.
In the backfield, standing alone here on 2nd and goal is Davis.
Check 52.
He's going to get it running right. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
From back at the 2, here's 3rd and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Davis. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. Austin Seibert sets up for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Seibert's kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the 2nd quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal. Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game. It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one. Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point. You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense. I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy. He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
And the Broncos first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Lock now on 1st down. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. That's good for 28 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed. And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, now the ball comes loose, and it's picked up by the Steelers. A nice little juke. Some guys just have a knack for creating turnovers. He's got a little bit of that going. He forced a fumble last week, another one there.
And it just drives teams crazy because they realize that certain guys, as you said, have that knack, and they're trying to keep them away from the action, away from the ball. But the best ones have that overwhelming desire, that overwhelming need to get to the football and make it happen, and that he does.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
Mike 21, check Mike 21. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Check, check. Motion to backfield. Motion to the backfield. Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21.
On second down now, it's Davis. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
It's 3rd and 10.
Two runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10.
47's the mic. 47.
Hey, Echo.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. From the 44, Locke, and that is incomplete. Cortland Sutton is the man he was looking for, and it's 3rd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Hey, Wahoo! Ready?
Throwing his Lock on 3rd down. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. Will Fuller back deep to return. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
And that's caught inside the 30. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Throwing on second down. Allen got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Check.
Hey, Haywood.
Mike's 47.
From the gun, it's Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Lock to throw on second down. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Pilot, 64, with 2.
They'll run on first down. Lindsey. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
Hey, exit.
55. Check 55. Mike.
From just shy of midfield, Locke. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. It's a gain of 35. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Incomplete. He was covered by Jamal Adams.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Clock will try again on second down. That's going to be caught. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. So we've reached halftime here on a Thanksgiving night. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Let's go, baby.
Got it.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Block again here on 2nd and 10. This is the tight end Fant. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 42.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Block now, 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Lindsey. And he's got room. 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On first down, right back to Lindsey. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Phillip Lindsey, his 14th touchdown now on the year, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
They're on 17-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script? It's caught inside the 25. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. It's a big play there for the Steelers. 65 yards.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Hey, motion backfield, motion backfield. Pass 85, pass 85. Hey, high 7.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirt.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll go again with Lindsey. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
That's track. Check 50, check 50.
Topper!
Clock now on 1st down. Throw left side complete. That's Miles. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately, They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Hey, team 6, team 6.
From midfield, here's Locke. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Lane. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
60 outlaw.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up. Check 26, check 26.
Bravo.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10.
Hey, Charlie.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Locke. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. Locke now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down is Locke. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through. What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get that
they?
little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Corey Davis, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos push further out in front. Extra point safely through. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Recon, 152 fighter. Alert!
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21.
Allen from the gun, he'll throw. He's letting this one go for Fuller. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Hey, check Mike 47, check Mike 47. It's going to be a long...
Alert, alert, alert!
It's going to be a long day.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
It's been a long day for you. 47's the mic, boy, 47. Check, 47.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
Well, they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They come out here in the eye.
Check Mike 21. I smell fear in that offense.
They'll try and run forward with Davis. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal.
Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21.
Middle.
Hey, check.
Allen now looks to throw. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
So they're back at the 7 now for third and goal.
Check Mike 21. Mike 21.
Smoke! You can't block me. You can't block me.
Now Allen operating from the gun. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And his guys are going to have the football back as the third quarter comes to an end. We are headed to the 4th here on Thanksgiving night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Now listen, it's a team game, we know that, but where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? They take over here following the turnover. Defense did it again, but on offense they have to feel like, hey, we need to do something.
You're exactly right. You just mentioned it. The defense did it again. They bailed them out on a number of occasions in this contest. It's time for them to repay the defense at the least. Keep the ball for a while. Give those guys a break so they can catch their breath.
A give, running right, Lindsey. And he's able to get him a small cushion before being taken down at the 5, a gain of 3. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back. Tell him to take care of the ball and try and move forward.
Here's Freeman. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. The Broncos on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun on third down, Locke. And that will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
You take it right on the 30. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball.
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Check, go back. We got motion. Back up. 51's the mic. 51's the mic. Let's go, defense. Hey.
Allen again here on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. The Steelers on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Now Allen. Possession on him, and he pulls it in. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A really good pickup of 28 yards. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Allen's throw is complete. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. To throw again on 2nd down. Allen. Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down.
Check, 47. 52. Mike 47. Mike 47. Let's go, tackles. Hey, echo. 47.
1st down, and they're going to throw it Allen. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. The Steeler 1st down on a pickup of 11 yards. On the draw, this is Davis. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play. Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14.
Hey, home. Hey, wahoo!
Operating from the gun, Allen, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Hey, orbit.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone.
A 32-yard attempt.
Seibert able to knock this one through. And they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. On 3rd and long, it's Locke. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. 30 yards there, and of course the 1st down as well.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter.
We go, set, 8, lead. Go! Get it!
On 2nd and 11 now. Locke. This one caught by Davis. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 36. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
Locke's throw caught by Sutton. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver 1st down.
1st down, Broncos.
So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. To throw it is Locke. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Corey Davis, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Broncos push further out in front. Point after, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
Steelers 9.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that.
Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Hollywood Marquise Brown. with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. So Allen breaks the huddle, and his guys will go for 2 here.
Squeeze, squeeze, double, double. Kill, kill, kill.
Allen. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Down 2 scores, out of timeouts, a must recover if they're going to have any shot. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Let's go now. 60 outlaw. Let's go, D.
A lot going to throw it here. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Miles. 7 yards on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
61, match box.
They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. Only a 1-yard gain, but good enough to just about finish this one off. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Get him! Get him!
Now it's Lindsey, and he loses the football the 2nd time.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big 2nd half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Broncos, they move back over 500 now at 6-5. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew,